let's make jelly soap! Okay, I like to use a glass measuring cup for this. You can use whatever bowl you like. I prefer some kind of ceramic or glass, something that's nice and heat-proof, microwave-proof. You can do this on a double boiler, but I like to use the microwave. It's nice and simple, and don't worry about mixing your soap with foodstuffs because it's soap. Just rinse it well when we're done. I'm going to put this in the microwave for about 1.5 minutes, and we'll see if it melts all the way. In the meantime, I have here my colors, my scents, my silicone molds, and for your colorants you can either, I'll show you, you can either pour them right on in and mix them, or you can use, I like a Q-tip for this, but I had one of these sponge things here, and I'll show you what we're gonna do to give some color to our soap. Okay, so this technique is especially awesome on a soap mold like this that has sort of some dimensional shape in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my color and get a little bit on, you know, your brush, your Q-tip, whatever it is that you have, and rub that into the mold in the places where I want the color. Alright, 1.5 minutes, maybe too much if your microwave is really strong. Because it did overflow, but I can just scoop it back in. Alright. Alright, so as you can see, it does dry pretty fast, but the molten center is super hot still and super liquid, so just be careful. You can use a utensil, plastic knife. I have some wooden stirrers. Just going to mix this, stir it. Don't stir too vigorously because you will get a lot of air bubbles. And it does dry really quickly, so I'm only working with half of my batch at a time. Alright, let's see. Alright, so some of this is super liquidy and some of this is not, so I'm going to put it in for, let's do 30-second increments instead. My fragrance is waiting. You all got different fragrances. You can mix and match or just do one per batch. Alright, this is really liquidy. So I'm going to put a couple drops of my scent in here. And the other thing that you can do with your color is you can pour it directly in and then mix it. So I'm going to do that too. Everyone got different colors, different mixes of colors. Alright, so see, I'm going to mix this up. Look at how pearly and pretty that is. Cucumber melon, smells like my childhood. If you know, you know. Okay, so I'm mixing that all in. Try to scrape the stuff off the sides too. Pretty. And then you pour that into your mold. And try to scrape as much of it out as you can. See, as soon as it hits like the side of the glass, it kind of dries. It does dry super quickly. Ah, get in there. Alright, not the prettiest on the back end, but that's okay. Smush it all together. I'm going to heat this up again just a little bit if you want to get the last little bits out. Or you can just do what I'm going to do and toss it in there. I'm not too concerned about how it looks. Alright. Okay, so even though it seems like it sets up really quickly, the inside, like I said, is super, super hot and super, super molten. So I'm going to put this in the refrigerator to set entirely. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse out my container. Be careful rinsing out your container. It is probably super hot, so don't shock it into cold water because that could cause your container to crack. But remember, this is soap, so it's kind of self-cleaning. We just want to get the fragrance out of there and get ready for my second batch. Before you continue, make sure you dry this really, really well. I think I gave everybody enough soap for maybe 3 or 4 batches. I don't know. Alright, I'm going to dry this really, really well. I'm going to do the same thing with my next chunk of soap. Bloop! 30-second increments. Give it a little stir, right? So 30 seconds this first time. You could see it's still pretty solid in the center. Kind of liquid on the outside, so I'm going to go ahead and do this again. Okay, same thing now. I'm going to add in just a couple drops. These fragrances are super strong. You don't need that much. Just a couple of drops. Add color if you want. Mix it up. And pour it into the mold. Quick, quick, quick. The quicker you do it and the less stirring you do, the smoother it gets. Same thing goes right into the fridge. After they have cooled down, this one is still a little bit warm, but I wanted to show you what it looks like when you unmold it. You just gently pull away, flip it over, and you have a wiggly jelly soap. And see, I had put the green mica in the middle. Very pretty. And now you have your jelly soap. Works just like regular soap. You can even tear it into smaller pieces to make it last a lot longer. But it smells awesome. And there you go. There's your jelly soap. Quick and easy.